Hey all you crazy cats who subscribe to Galaxy Speed Shop, this is 2HatMatt. Just wanted to give you the downstairs update. Progress on our airboat, the Dumas Big Swamp Buggy. We named the Big Bugger, and this thing's coming along good. You can see I built the hull basically to the instructions. We did make some modifications, but all in all, this hull's been coming out real good. This is a tunnel hull hydroplane, as you can see. We got about 6 or 7 weeks work into this, and after just giving you a good view all around here, I'm going to show you some modifications that I made to the hull. Kind of strayed a little bit from the instructions, but because we're changing this from a gas motor to running on an electric motor, we made several modifications. So now, the first major modification we made to this was the engine mount, as I was showing you before. The gas motor is made to mount on a horizontal mount, and these electric motors are made to mount on a vertical mount. So we went ahead, you saw this before, this modified motor mount. And what I've done, instead of putting a screw here and here on each side, I opted for putting a screw in both fronts, but it's going to be very difficult to get a screwdriver down in here and get a screw tightened. So what I did is I made a little support on the back and ran a screw in horizontally this way here. So you get support vertically from the 2 screws in the front and horizontally from the back, and the thrust is going to be this way. So this is going to keep this mount nice and sturdy. This is the exit hole for the motor wires, the 3 wires that run the brushless motor, and these are the mounts for the rudders, where the rudder hinges mount on. So this should all work out good. You know, if you've been watching other videos, this has all been tested. So we're gonna go on. The other modification I made was in here. Now this is where you're supposed to mount the servos for the throttle and the steering, and then run a cable to run both of those. But this is on electric again. So what I did is just created these 2 little vertical mounts, and your battery pack's going to drop right in here. I'm running a 3S battery pack, so it runs the motor very well. Now you can see I've drilled a couple holes in frame number 5. This one here is for the battery lead to feed through, and this one over here is for the 3 wires from the motor, for the motor and the servo, because that's all going to be mounted right in here. So I've also created this little platform, which is where the radio receiver is going to mount. You can see it keeps it off the bottom of the hull. If any water gets in here, hopefully this will keep the receiver up high enough so it won't get swamped. And I do have a cover for this, so hopefully it's not going to take on a lot of water. We'll see. Also, on the front here, I've made this little feature where the cover is going to tuck in underneath on the front here. And you can see I've also made these 2 little hook things here out of wood, where a bungee cord is going to hold the cover down. So we're going to show you that in a minute. And the reason I did that was because when you get this kit, they give you a cover for this area right here, but they don't give you any material or instructions for covering this area here, and we didn't want to leave it open, so I'm going to show you what I did there. Okay, so like I was saying, they don't really give you any material or instructions to cover this area, so what I did is I got this acrylic online and fabricated a cover, and it's going to tuck right here in under the front and sit right there. I also use a little wooden bobbin just for a little handle, because you got to grip this somehow, and the only other way is to reach up here, and with the prop and motor on here, you know, you don't want your hands near the prop. So, and we got a bungee. Now this bungee, I just got some bulk bungee at the hardware store, got it to the correct length, and we're just going to use this to hold the cover down. And you can see that's nice and sturdy. It's going to keep everything hopefully mostly dry. I did leave opening right here. This is where the wires are going to feed from the motor and servo into the hull. It's a fairly small hole. You have to have some kind of feed through for the wire. So if it really gets swamped, we'll figure out something else. But so this is a downstairs update. Stay tuned for more from Galaxy Speed Shop USA. Peace out.